Hello everyone and welcome to the Wolfside channel. The fever is not getting better, the shingles are hurting like fuck, but thanks to the good blessings of you, I will heal. Because I can't even focus 10 seconds, we will hear Henrik's statement about the public test server and why there is no public test server. He teased it a lot of times that we will have a public test server someday and stuff like that. Then he said maybe we will have a public test server, then he said we will not have a public test server. And just to make it clear, someone asked that in Henrik's stream. And I'm also sorry for some cutting mistakes.
Things broke down and went apparent for us. So yeah, it was pure chaos and a very tough period for us, the whole team. We worked so we almost died without sleep because we knew that we need to act fast and get this under control. And it took a while, but we finally slowly got in control. And obviously a lot of people got burnt, took a break from it. And some of them coming back, taking a look, following the progress. So if we would start a separate server now where you have to install the game and log into a game server that is just a copy, it's not persistent. Sure, when we have something cool there, I'm quite sure a few hundred would show up to test it and help us. That could be useful. But it will be less and less because the thing is, QA and test is not fun. It's not meant to be fun when it comes to identifying performance and issues and bugs. And there's a lot of guys that, I want to help with that. Start a test server. We're going to find them in 5 minutes. We're going to help you. Yeah, some of them do help us for the first test session and then they're gone. They don't want to switch back to the test shard. It's boring, it's a little time consuming. They may not have, the opportunity. And when we have some patches saying, please help us test this list, it's boring. And people say, someone else can do that, so I won't do it. That ends up, we have no players on the test server. If large companies with a huge player base like EVE Online, if they can't get enough players to test on their new content, then it's going to be even greater challenge for us, right? So those are the two things that made it pretty much impossible for us to prepare for a large scale, and it's also going to continuously be a very challenge for testing new patches with our player population because only a handful of players would take the time to do it and less every patch. So that's why it was apparent for us. We had to spend resources and hiring a company that is professional QA testers. That's the solution. And that's what we have done. And we have seen a huge difference in quality since that. So that was obviously the right and valid move for us to do. And we see the fruits of that in our patches now. They're quite different compared to without that QA team in place. So I hope that makes sense and explains why we don't have too many options being a small indie company. We're not Blizzard that can click a button and they get 100,000 players to stress test their games. So it's a challenge being indie and small. So I hope that makes sense, and also why we can't just magically solve things with a test server or stuff like that. Yeah, you know what I mean. But like I said, we have learned so much on this step, and obviously it opened up areas where we knew we had to create new tools to also see capacity in a new way to magically foresee even greater population in the future. And we have a lot of those tools in place. And so far, we have really impressive performance on our servers. And what you have been able to see based on that so far is the large-scale battles. I guess many of you guys here, or some of you were part of some of those big battles after our large-scale battle optimization. Greater render distance and also no network bottlenecks with 400 players on the screen, which didn't work before. And that was also including a lot of players online in the whole world. So no doubt we can cover the greatest battles in the world right now in this type of game. And the next question is, how far will we be able to push the total population on Mirland? We haven't finished that work yet. Every patch we add have improvement in the total performance optimization. And I think we will reach an impressive number. But like I said, there's no reason for me to mention any numbers we are speculating at now. And hopefully we'll be able to see in the near future those numbers being reached. Lyrics, I'm talking about the network, not the FPS.
So basically we don't have a test server because there are not enough testers that are willing to commit their time all the time to test something. So please let me know in the comments, would you test something if there was a public test server where you can just connect and test stuff out? Maybe with very high drop chance of some stuff to really test something out or stuff like that. Maybe for testing, maybe then it's a little bit easier to test something. I mean, I don't know how the test server works, but I would love to test some systems out before they are going to the live server, because we all know what happened with Mortal Online 1 with all the stuff. And yeah, I don't know. I still have the opinion that a public test server where everyone can just connect to and just try it out, whoever wants it, maybe that could fix a few things before it goes to the live system. I mean, there was always exploits, new bugs and stuff like that is always slipping through. But on the other hand, people can easier maybe find exploits and then not report that and directly abuse that. So I also get Henrik's point here, even if he didn't mention that, but I guess this is one of the points. I know that Henrik is reading often the comments under the videos, so please leave your opinion in the comments, in the forums, and the Steam forums, and Reddit. And I'm sorry for the cutting mistakes. Normally I'm going over that and correct the stuff, but currently just no, I'm sorry. So special thanks of all the alpha testers: Carmel, Professor O, Lukario, Anonymous, Love of Gaming, Rhonus, Paarthurnax, Cologne, Bulldog, you, and all the others, of course. So never forget to test hard, party hard, and see you all next time. Goodbye.